second language acquisition. Second language, that is also called additional language. Today we will talk about how second language can be acquired or learned. Second language acquisition and learning is defined as learning and acquisition of a language once the mother tongue or first language acquisition is established. The additional language, which can be a second language, a third language, or a foreign language, is usually defined as a language acquired after the native languages, that is the L1s, typically after the age of 3. Proficiency in the interlanguage can range from interlanguage or additional language or second language can range from minimal to highly advanced levels, and in some cases it can be indistinguishable from the speech produced by native speakers of a similar socio-economic background. What a good learner is. Who can be a good learner? In second language acquisition, that is also abbreviated or acronymed as SLA, a puzzling question arises that why and how some learners manage to become indistinguishable from native speakers in the foreign language, while others are identified as non-native speakers from the moment they open their mouth, even after spending years in the target language environment. Interestingly, the parable of the tortoise and hare also applies to second language acquisition. Those who make quick progress early on in the learning process are not always the ones who end up being most proficient in the foreign language. Is it possible? This is another question. Is it possible then to draw a profile of the prototypical good language learner? This has been attempted by a team of Canadian researchers who looked at a group of 72 Canadian high school students learning French as an L2 or a second language. The authors looked at good language learners, that is, the participants who had any distinctive psychological profile and scored highest on the listening test of French achievement and an imitation test. Neyman and his colleagues found nothing conclusive out of their research on Canadian high school students, but that has not stopped further research in this direction. Since the difference between individuals with an apparent talent for learning foreign languages and those who lack such a talent originates in the brain, some researchers have looked to see whether pathological language talent was related to increased growth of particular brain areas. The findings of such studies are often disappointing, as no clear and straightforward conclusions can be drawn from the observations. So we can conclude there is no prototypical profile of a good learner. Still, this question is more investigations or more researches are being conducted to get an answer to this question. The fact that the neurological basis for language talent or ability cannot be identified does not alter the fact that some individuals seem to possess higher levels of ability, both intelligence and language aptitude, and motivation, which together seem to constitute the primary individual difference variables involved in language learning. So this is Howard Gardner's research conducted in 2006.